When you first started Glenavon, what was your purpose?
The initial purpose was just to breed our own herd bulls. A friend of mine, Rod Fussell, talked us into having a sale, and that's how it started.
42 years ago.
42 years ago, yeah. We just used within in-herd EBVs and those sort of things. And now, it's after my time, it's become the benchmark that prune postage do now. And then brood pain came in towards the end of my time, and they're all pretty good tools to use. And I think the number one thing for us was fertility. We expect them all to have a good calf every year. So I don't see anything wrong with a 14-year-old cow if she has a good calf every year. And they're bringing longevity into your herd, which is a pretty important thing.
From when Dad's mother, Phyllis Bell, and Uncle George took over in 1949 and created Glenavon from the dispersal of Ball Blair, there's lines there, Delima, that are still prominent, if not one of the most prominent in our herd in the pedigree lines, and I think that's what I find really interesting. Just looking back and seeing what are your maternal strengths and what are these dams bringing to your herd, and how are they promoting and growing, and what assets are they giving, and a lot of them do follow a pedigree line. I think we've got 15 pedigree lines now within the herd. That has changed over the years. There's pedigree lines that haven't withstood our strict criteria in terms of staying in the herd. And as a result, we've now tightened it down to a key 15 pedigree lines that really show, we've got Glenavon Evening Star from 1949, we now have 165 of her daughters or pedigree lines within the herd. Delima is another one. These are cows that not only from a maternal perspective, but also bring through calves and bull calves that really do meet what we are trying to do for the market.
The technology's through the roof when I started, but it's really quite interesting to see it.
But the other really exciting thing as well is, this Glenavon was initially started to create herd bulls, like Dad said, but that's where the excitement is. It's looking at what our commercial herd's doing. You're hitting weight gains early, and your carcass details coming back are really good, and that's what makes it exciting. It all comes back to these pedigree lines every time.
And it all comes down to this amazing historical base.
Well, I came here in 1968, my uncle died in 69, I think. So I was left here, came as the jackaroo and just hung on. But we had a fantastic herd of cows when we started, which I'm proud of, and hopefully we've just kept it going, and I think we have. And it's give Prue and Posty their due, it's gone even further ahead since I left, they're doing things I couldn't dream of doing, so with the figures, I'm not very good at the computer. But I just love cattle, seeing cattle and good structure and high growth and all those sorts of things, just the basic things.
Tell me, what do you think of the herd today?
I think it's fantastic. But I think the Angus breed as a whole has gone ahead leaps and bounds, the whole breed, probably more than any other breed.
We benchmark not only from the actual herd in terms of the breeding values, but we're also benchmarking ourselves. So we're looking to see, how we can continually improve as a business, as an enterprise. And that's key to the decisions that we make going forward. So we're constantly looking at our cost of production. We're looking at our labour efficiency. We're looking at our, how many kilos of beef we can produce. All these things are really important for us. How can we improve ourselves each year, and what does that look like? And it's exactly the same with holistically looking at the whole herd as a group and going, well, where are we sitting? What's working, what's not working? How can we adjust something to continue to grow and be at the forefront of what we're trying to do? One of my most enjoyable jobs is delving down these pedigree lines. It's just so interesting when you suddenly see, you go down rabbit holes and you suddenly see this absolute, connection, and you get these super cows that daughters have gone on to be super cows. We've got here Uncle George purchased in 1949, Kahlua Evening Star from a dispersal sale. We've now got 165 from that one cow. The really interesting thing I found about from this article was her sire, which was Kahlua Crusader. He was sold for 1,650 guineas and was the Australian record at that time from that sale. Delima also 1949, we've got 140 of her. Females still within the herd. Glenavon Gilda, she's another one that was born I think back in 1953 and has gone on to prove in this environment and this climate that they work here. and that's the exciting thing. And I think it comes back to Uncle George and Philly and Dad's philosophy in terms of, you know, good cattle, structure, fertility, good calf, that's all part of it, and we've continued on with that as our breeding philosophy and just continue to build on it. And it's very interesting looking at which cattle stay in the herd and which ones don't.
We were talking figures once, and this old bloke said the only figures that matter, the ones that go to the bank account. And he's pretty right. You've got to think at the end what's going into the bank account, basically, and that was quite an interesting comment, I thought.
The females are the key cornerstone behind everything and the success at Glenavon, and it's through their fertility, longevity, their ability to milk in this environment and thrive in this environment on a grass-fed system in a, you know, tight joining.
Yeah.